more possible than ever to become a global influence. Welcome to this episode of Global Influence. Today, we're going to be unpacking how business is a vehicle and exploring what that truly means. I'm coming to you from the not so warm Bali, surprisingly, hence why I look like I'm at the snow. Feeling a bit chilly today. Very rainy in Bali at this time of year. And so we're going to be unpacking the truth that business is a vehicle. I remember when I first started off in business at 17 years old, the idea that business is helping me get to where I was going wasn't really the thing I saw. I saw as business the goal itself, business being the thing I wanted to get to make happen. And in that pursuit, I kind of noticed I lost different parts of what I valued about life. Like I disconnected from various things, focusing on myself, focusing on my relationships, focusing on hobbies outside of that. And I got lost in it. And part of me loved that. And then the holistic part of me felt like that decreased. So I want to be unpacking today how we really need to frame business as not a destination, it's the vehicle to help us to get to where we're going. And that destination is impact, freedom, contribution, and legacy. When people confuse the vehicle for the destination, they burn out, they lose meaning. I remember when I've experienced that, when it was like my core focus, my mind, the only thing I could focus on is making it happen in business. I also noticed it was like the number one thing that was pushed away from me. And the more I let it go, that it needed to be the only concern in my life, the more space I had for it, which was weird. At the time, I didn't think that would be true, but it is. And so a car is useless if you sit in the driveway polishing it. Business only matters when it moves you somewhere. You want that business to have a purpose, not your purpose be the business itself. And so many of us get lost in this. And so a key point I want to mention tonight is that the vehicle must match the journey. Not every vehicle is built for every terrain. Like something that I've realized recently, I was listening to an awesome episode of The Diary of the CEO. Awesome with Steve Bartlett or Bartlett. I'm pretty sure it's one of those. And that awesome guy, he was talking with Tony Robbins. And it was a really, really powerful episode. And Tony was talking about all these different things that he likes to do and loves. And it's not just like coaching, it's not just like business. There's so much more to what he does that he really loves and cares about and lights him up and gives him purpose. And he was talking about this guy that talks about investing particularly. And the best way to set yourself up for investments is having about 12 different things that are your investments in life. And that supports you in becoming more and more successful with your investments. And that got me thinking, like we having multiple investments or multiple vehicles that become our business is so, so important. If we got all our ducks in one place, it's going to be risky. We want to have our eggs in multiple baskets when it comes to our investments in the things that we do. Like, for example, I think I've mentioned recently, this year we're expanding towards rocking out in real estate in Japan because there's some um, really great opportunities there. And that's going to be another thing we add to our business. We've also got our agency business. We've also got our academy, when we're also opening up at the moment our events business. And it's so, so awesome to be creating all these various opportunities and all these different things that we can do to start moving things. And I'm only 26 years old, and I'm so excited to see 10 years from now, if in the last 8 years that I've started this journey of so many different investments and creating so many different things, I can only imagine what 10 years from now we're going to create. And I'm so excited. And so the vehicle must match the journey. And not only that, we've got to have multiple vehicles. It's really, really important. So not every vehicle is built for every terrain. Super important. And I think that where that comes to is for some of us, there's going to be different jobs or different vehicles, different businesses that really light us up. And so when we make that our thing, maybe it's going to really fit with where we're at, depending on our world, depending on our family, d dependent on our environment. It's kind of what I meant by world, our city, our location, our situation in life, our bodies. Like particularly with me, like I was impacted by cancer at 14 years old, and so I used to be very like wanting to go do very like active jobs. I thought I'd be like a builder. I thought I'd be maybe like playing sport all the time, like football. But with my body I now have through having a prosthetic leg, I can't do that. And I was told at a young age, hey, the best thing you can do is have a job that's maybe yeah, sitting down, um, connecting from people with computers. And that's now what I get to do. Because if I physically actually can't be running out there, lifting compounding things and putting compounding stress on my leg, I just can't do it. And so not every vehicle that we're going to do is going to match our terrain. And so we've got to find what that match is. What business is going to match who we are, the life we live, the environment we're in, the family we have, etc. A city car will fail in the mountains. A race car fails on the dirt road. And so that's really stacking that meaning. Many people build businesses that don't fit the life they want. Like so many of us think we need to make $1 million business. And for some of us, that might be awesome and true. But then for some of us, making $100,000 business, a $250,000 business is awesome. It gives us everything we want in life. We don't need to be at the $1 million mark every year. And that's okay. $100,000, $150 is great. So we've got to ask ourselves, what kind of life am I trying to drive towards? What does this business need to handle, scale, travel, family, impact, wealth, time? What does it need? What does it need? The systems are the engine. That's really, really important. If vision is the destination, systems are the engine. Passion without systems is like flooring the accelerator in neutral. You're gonna get nowhere. And so a business without system relies on energy, mood, and motivation. That vehicle will stall. And so systems that we put in place are going to help us get to where we're going ultimately. So that systems could be a team. That systems could be literally like a software component. Oh my God, our business utilizes software to get out everything we need, particularly for our agency, using the awesome software of Go High Level, using the software of Stripe, using the software of our of what's it called? Oh, ChatGPT AI. So useful. Helps us communicate our clients' messages out there with knowing who they are, what their brand is, who their avatar is, and then being able to really take a lot of the work on for them because that's a big part of what we do is helping business owners with so much of the work that they've got to do, particularly solo business owners. They're doing it all by themselves. So, hey, give us a big chunk of that and we'll take care of it for you. If you need support with that, please go to global-influence-agency.com and book a call with me and let's hang out or check me out on Facebook. So systems are the engine for the car, for the vehicle, taking us where we're going. Now, next, here's a big one. You are the driver, not the fuel. Too many founders burn themselves as fuel instead of driving the vehicle. That's really, really important. And that's why we do what we do once again. We really need support on this journey. We're not here to do everything. I think a lot of people have been promised that in business, like, hey, you can just do everything. And that is becoming more and more available as AI and systems expand. And still, there's areas and departments that simply you don't want to manage. That's not your thing. You can pass it on to someone else and delegate to get even further along in the journey. And so this hustle culture that teaches self-sacrifice as a business model, it always breaks. One day you're not going to want to keep doing the thing that you've been doing over and over again, and you can't scale. Like I remember when I was trying to do that, I was literally up till 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning every day, editing, trying to get back to people, and doing everything within the business. And Honestly, back then I was a caffeine addict, tiny bit of a drug addict, and it was not good. Was not good for my health and my well-being. So trying to make everything happen and pushing our mind and our body, our hearts beyond its limits, it just breaks over time. And so our role as that CEO, as that leader, is clarity, direction, leadership, not exhaustion. A good vehicle protects the driver, it doesn't destroy them. Such a powerful line. A good business protects its owner, it does not destroy them. And that's a really, really important thing. If you've been pushing yourself beyond your limits, I see you. I've also had that part of me, that overachiever that just wants to see what is my capacity? What is my level that I can get to? And I trust for those people who've also done that and hit the crash, you can definitely be with me for all the people who might be on that journey still, trying to test, trying to push their limits to a breaking point, to slow down. Test your limits, but not to a breaking point. Test your limits to your success point. So next, alignment determines speed. That is huge. When a business aligns with values, speed increases naturally. It's so, so true. When our heart's in it, we can get into that flow state. I remember I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and I just got onto my phone straight away and I started doing the things that needed to be done in business. And instead of going back to sleep, I didn't feel like I needed to. I got up, I turned on some Post Malone, loved me some Post Malone, chucked it on the headphones and just rocked out and started doing work. And I felt really, really good because I know I'm aligned with the things I'm doing. I was connecting with awesome clients, delivering beautiful work, and just feeling really good about what I get to do. And so when business aligns with values, speeds increases naturally. When misaligned, friction shows up as resistance, procrastination, and chaos. Alignment is not spiritual stuff here. It's about operation efficiency at a human level. And so, whether it's your niche, whether it's your business, whether it's your service, whether it's what you're doing, if that's not aligned to us, that's going to be like driving a manual when the clutch isn't right. And I don't drive manuals, I never have, but I have tried once and the clutch wasn't right. And it literally was like, it's kind of like that when things are unaligned. And so sometimes we've got to change, we've got to pivot, we've got to go in a different direction. And that's okay. We've got to figure out what truly works for us. And it might just be a short tweak. A lot of people like just blow up their lives, completely annihilate it. And sometimes we don't need to do that. We just need to maybe tweak a little 2 degrees to the left or 2 degrees to the right. And we'll feel more aligned and we'll show up on a greater level. Next, metrics on the dashboard, not the mission. This is cool. So revenue, leads, and growth are indicators, not meaning. It's not our identity. If you stare at dashboards instead of the road, you crash. Use numbers to adjust the journey, not define your worth. That's so, so important. I think so many of us can be caught in, yeah, identifying as the results of our business, and it's simply not healthy. When it's up, it can become egotistical. When it's down, it can become highly judgmental. And so know that you are so much more than your business. And it doesn't define your worth. Next, upgrading the vehicle is not failure. Outgrowing a business model doesn't mean you failed. It means the journey changed. Evolution is leadership, not inconsistency. Many people stay in old vehicles because their identity is attached to the brand, not the mission. And that's been a huge thing on my journey. I mean, when I first started, my biggest goal was bridging the gap between coaching and cancer because I had overcome that. And so I started off helping people quitting smoking, and it was such a great way to influence that. I knew I was helping decrease cancer in the world, and I was supporting individuals the best I can because I didn't really want to go directly to the people in the cancer space because I know they had psychologists set up for that. And I've been honored to be able to support people who are overcoming cancer and going through it. And I felt like for coaching, helping people quit smoking was the right fit. And I started off there, and that's where I made a really big impact early in my journey. And then I changed to relationship coaching because relationships were popping up, and these different people wanted my support, and it was really, really cool. And I could help them in that area. And then I've explored health. I've explored going back again to raising money for cancer charity, and that was really cool by running health challenges and different fasts and like addiction, like what's the really cool word for that? It's like, yeah, addiction abstinence or abstinence, where you abstain from the addiction and raising money for cancer through that. And it was so, so cool. There's been so many different areas that I've tried out, and that's just adding to my expertise, adding to the cool things I get to do, and serving the world, which is ultimately what I wanted to do and love to do. And so, if I had told myself every time I changed, every time I had a different go at something else, that was failure, wow, I'd be beating up on myself, and it's just simply not the truth. Having a go at different things, exploring different things, wonderful. Like, for example, my brother, awesome guy. He tried on so many different things in his life. And some people could say, hey, oh my God, he doesn't know what he's doing. But truly, I see it as he was discovering what he wants to do and discovering so much more about him and so much about life and so much about different services. And it's adding to him as a human being to be able to take on so many things. Like for a period of time, he was an electrician, and now he can do work around the house that support him as an electrician. That's so awesome. Because who needs to call the electrician guy when it's like, hey, I know the AC, I know I've set these up, I've built them, I've done all the wiring, I can do that. And that's what he can have access to. And that's completely different to what he does today, and he has those skills. So the more we broaden our skills, the more we broaden our awareness, our abilities. It's huge. That's not failure, that's awesome. So influence is the direction you drive others. So, so huge. Influence is not how loud the engine is. Influence is where you are taking people. A business with heart and clarity becomes the vehicle that carries others forward, not just the founder. And I love that. I love that unpack so much because your business isn't just about where you go and the flashy car you get. It's where you take people. It's how you impact others and the relationships you carry that you create along the journey is so, so important. And what that business itself, where that drives people, who they become as a result of interacting with you so, so important. That's why I'm so grateful to have the business I have, where I really help people help their dreams come true, help them step into their dream business and set up the thing that they've had in their hearts and their mind. They just haven't had the support to help them truly get there. And then as we do cool things together, like I've had multiple of my clients this year run their first workshops just this month, and seeing what opportunities that's creating them, who they're becoming, what that's causing in their world. It melts my heart. And I'm so, so honored to be able to support these rock stars live their dream. And so, what your business is going to do, whether it's small scale stuff, going to impact somebody and impact their day, might be the first reason. Let's say you run like a nutrition business and you sell different nutrition products. You might be the reason why somebody chooses to stay healthy and take care of themselves. And you're the first step into exploring so many different areas within their health and nutrition that changes their life forever. That's huge. That's beautiful. I remember I went to a chemist and bought protein powder for the first time. I wasn't even at the gym, and I was like, I want to start using this. I want to go to the gym. If I didn't have access to that protein powder, it wouldn't have set the chain reaction to do what I ended up doing. And so one little small purchase, like 60 bucks, changed my whole trajectory with my health. And it's so cool. And it's such a massive value of mine. I joined the gym again today and it feels so good. I feel powerful. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I'm continuing to add to my health and well-being. So our influence that our business makes is huge. It's not just it's not just this loud engine. It's not this flashy car that you get. It's where you take people. Oh, I like this line. If your vehicle breaks, fix it. Don't quit the journey. There's going to be so many pitfalls, stops. I was having a conversation with a client today that they mentioned that, over the holidays, as things were a bit quiet and everyone's focused on their family, pardon me, they were focused on their family, that there was moments where they were like, hey, is this going to be okay? Am I going to make this happen? This person's amazing. They're an author. They're doing so many cool things. Really awesome. They still have those moments where they're like, hey, is everything going to be all right? Am I going to be okay on this journey? And I have them too. It comes up all the time. And I think if our missions weren't big enough, if our dreams weren't so outstanding, then they're just kind of average, mediocre. Like we wouldn't have those feelings because it'd be too easy, right? If we're doing something so hard, we've got to question ourselves, is this possible? We've got to. And that's just like when a vehicle breaks, when things don't work out. Don't just be like, it's fucked. We can bring it back together, and it's important to know that. A broken system is not a broken dream. Most people quit because they think the problem is them. It's not. Often the problem is simply the wrong structure. So trying something out, having a go, re-engineering what's happening can lead to amazing, amazing outcomes and differences and change. As to close things off, business is meant to serve life, not replace it. If your business is costing you health, relationships, integrity, the vehicle's misbuilt. Redesign the vehicle, reclaim the driver's seat, and keep moving towards what actually matters. So I trust you've gotten value out of today. I want to know down below, what is your vehicle? What's it taking? Where's it taking you? So what's your service? What life do you want to create? Comment down below. I look forward to it. And if you haven't, check out our other videos and subscribe and like this awesome channel. It's an honor to deliver this. It's going to come out more and more and more, Monday to Friday. Every weekday, we're putting out content, serving and supporting you to your destination.